Cooking with grease now.
Fucking, we got her. Still smoking. Thought you weren't supposed to.
Interesting you ask.
I have.
I have until November to quit.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Because I didn't know this until my endocrinologist told me that even being a smoker, there's a risk of blood clotting.
Oh, okay.
And he explained to me during that visit that my being on estrogen, it's basically this.
They're just button heads.
Yeah, with like the body chemistry and all that stuff.
Okay.
So my being on HRT plus being a smoker, not the best idea.
Not the best idea.
So,
which sucks, but obviously if you want it, you gotta, right?
So, and he's such a nice guy. He's told me without telling me.
Yeah.
That he basically wants me to quit for my best interests.
Right, for sure.
So I'm vaping right now. Right, I'm trying it out.
Well, how much do you smoke?
I smoke.
Man, I love smoking. I quit about, I don't know, I don't even remember now. When I did quit, I loved smoking. Being in Alberta, being in work camps, I loved smoking, man. Yeah, if anytime I could get, if I'm in a camp and I could wake up in a camp and smoke, I am smoking before I even open my eyes. Like I just roll over, grab the pack, light it up, and just lay there. Like I'm surprised I didn't start a fucking fire, right? Like insane. But I did it. And then the only reason I quit is because a buddy of mine, he said Champax. He's like, good. I didn't want to quit either. I was same boat. And I quit because of that.
Really? It worked for you?
It worked for me. I know it hasn't worked for a ton of people. The only side effect I got was they said vivid, like crazy dreams or stomach aches and stuff like that. And the only thing I got was I could remember my dreams. I couldn't normally remember my dreams, but now I could.
Because I took, this was odd, no, I was here, and I was on the successor to Champix. I was on Chantix.
Yeah, it's all the same, I think, yeah.
The little
Champax,
pill.
Champix,
right,
Champtix, yeah. They're all the same. Mm-hmm.
Legit.
No?
It drove me nuts.
I heard people, yeah, that's weird. It's chemistry.
At the house, we were at the house back in Ottawa one night for Christmas, whatever it was. And we're just in the living room watching TV, and this feeling came over me. And you know how you feel when you're about to start crying?
Yeah.
It kind of
it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
coming up.
That's what happened. And it
all
just,
the time. Really?
It ruined me.
Yeah.
I took myself off it that night.
Yeah, I could see that. Why fucking risk it, man?
It fucked me up.
For quitting smoking, you're better off quitting or just smoking.
Fuck. Fuck.
Well, it was the only reason I did it is because Buddy said he didn't want to quit either, and it worked for him. And he just like, I just took it, and then just one day I quit. I was like, that's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard, right? Like that doesn't work. That's not how it works, and that's how it worked. I was like, what the fuck, man? Because I was down in Calgary. I was staying at his girlfriend's dad's. I was doing school. And just, he didn't smoke. They didn't smoke. So obviously I didn't smoke in their house. Nowadays, you don't, I don't know. There's not too many people's houses you fucking find smoke anyway. Especially if they have kids and stuff, right? Yeah. So, whatever. And then, so I came back from school one day. And then I just realized, I was like, holy fuck. I only had one smoke today. Why?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Whatever, and I had that one before I went into his place, and I was like, and obviously I'll come back out before bed. I'll have another one because that's how I roll. And I never went back out, and I never smoked again.
Well, good for
The
you.
next morning, I was like, it tricks your brain into thinking you're full of nicotine, right? Like I just didn't need it, and I kept going for a couple weeks after that, and then that was it. I was like, wow, never picked it up again. And like I said, I smoke weed now, but it's different. It's for a purpose. It's not like smoking cigarette was. Like if I smoke cigarettes now, I would just smoke more weed and get off the cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have this joke with people all the time when I see them smoke cigarettes. I'm like, why don't you just grow up and smoke some weed, man? Like, fuck.
I can't.
It's way better for you.
I can't.
Yeah. Why? I want to hear this story.
No, okay, first of all, not only have I never bought my own weed,
Really?
No, never. No.
Mm.
I've just been around when it's getting lit up.
Available.
So, fine, whatever. If I'm in the mood, I'll do that, whatever.
Yeah.
But what I found was, am I yelling?
No, I don't think so. We can tone it down later.
I found that maybe it's a thing in my body chemistry because I know what I've done in the past, which I've been fine with.
Right.
But comparing my past to weed, I get sick.
Right. Like what? Like vomiting sick?
Yeah.
Or just internally sick?
No, like legit vomiting.
It is very, especially now. And if you don't smoke on the reg, super fucking powerful.
Like I was hanging out with my cousin one night and a couple of his friends, and one of his friends broke a pipe out, right?
Mm.
And so we're hanging out at my cousin's place before the club, having a couple puffs,
Right.
whatever. I think it was New Year's Eve or some shit. And guy looks, names withheld, but he looks at me and goes, eh? I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
Sure. Yeah.
By the time the whole night ended, I was like,
Well,
I went to the
and nothing
bath-
else?
No.
Nothing.
But whole point being,
No, you weren't on anything else, I guess I should say. You weren't on anything else, obviously?
just drinks.
Just the weed. Yeah. Drinks is friggin' pretty powerful, though. Frig.
But
I can't mix.
whole point being, I left my cousin's place at like 2 a.m. on a Sunday night. It took me until 4 or almost 5 to get home because I kept having to get off the bus to get sick.
Oh, wow.
That's
Pout?
so I can't smoke.
Yeah.
Some
But
people have
that's the
called.
thing, like,
Some people
Go
say
ahead.
it's an allergic reaction.
I see. I'm against the allergic reaction. I just think it's fucking too strong for people. Absolutely, and especially if you were drinking. Whoa, I cannot even do it. Like, I'm not saying you're not allergic. That's not a thing. But most of the time, just with the education, the way cannabis has been presented throughout the 90s, a lot of parents just told their kids, don't smoke weed, you're allergic. And not saying, obviously, you're not in it. Like, that's a thing. That's some stupid fucking parenting bullshit. And I see that and, like, some morons. Like, obviously, it's the kids that come up and you can tell you've never touched a goddamn drug in your life. You've never been even close to it. And you got fed that rumor that you're allergic. But they've even done science now and proven, like, it's not exactly just the plant. That for the people that are allergic, it's a certain chemical. It's not the THC. It's not the CBD. It's an actual certain blend of terpenes that's in there. They're medicinal, but people are reacting to those ones. So there could be strands that those people that are actually allergic to that they could smoke. But I always describe cannabis as a fucking hurricane. It's not like acid or any chemicals. The chemicals that kick in, and most of the time, they kick in the same almost every fucking time. Where weed at first, it's a fucking hurricane of just everything. Your mind's racing. Everything's fucking going on. People, it's like makes them anxious. It's paranoid. Too much shit. I used to joke around with one buddy, and I told him it was like his superpowers were coming in. It's like when you see those movies, and there's like Superman, and everything's coming in at once, and he can't handle it, and he's like put the hands on the head. But eventually, once you focus it, it's clarity for sure. But that's just me. I don't know. That's my theory on the whole thing. It's definitely right? Too potent at first. It's definitely too potent at first. Like, I got one guy, he did these pens, like the little hits, those little vape pens, and he did that for 2 months before he purposely built his tolerance up to get his tolerance up to be able to smoke even a joint. Like, it took him 2 months to build, every day, to build his tolerance up so he could smoke a joint comfortably.
So he used a vape for weed.
Yeah, for weed.
Sure,
for THC.
Yeah.
It was distillate, yeah. So it built his tolerance up to the point where he could comfortably smoke a joint, and then he didn't have the hurricane, right? He had the solid mind focus and blah, blah, blah. Creativities. This is where I got most of my creativity lately, I find, is the fucking weed, man.
See, it's interesting you're using the phrasing "a hurricane," because I've never felt that, and I mean I've been around fucking like drug culture for 20 fucking years.
Yeah, for sure.
But comparatively from the green to my preferences, and I'm trying to be polite and not say it, but
for sure.
When I do
psychedelics.
No,
you're a raver. I guess it's different.
You know what I do.
You don't have to say what. Yeah, for sure. You don't have to.
With when I do E, it's not the hurricane you're talking about. It is.
Oh.
And you know what's interesting is you get the hurricane effect in like the first hour.
Okay.
And then you level out.
Yeah. See, with weed, if you're the first timer, you just hurricane the whole fucking night.
Oh, really?
Hate it. Well, usually, like I'm a new cannabis user again. When it went legal, I went and did it again because I didn't do it for 10, 15 years because I was just doing it back when in the day just to get high. And then when it came out again, the girlfriend was using it beforehand for anxiety, depression. Like instantly, it would pull her out of an anxiety attack that an ambulance would have to be called. Like it was so bad, like she would seize the fuck up and just insane fucking bawling.
Oh no!
And so meds weren't cutting it, like the Avalon-Ans, like it would take forever. 1 to 2 hits of weed, and she's done. So I encouraged that, of course. And then when it came legal, I was like, I'm going to try it again. I didn't because of the job choices. There's piss tests everywhere. But I was able to in the current job. So I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. I want to see what this is all about as an adult male. Adult man. Adult. It doesn't matter. So, and I tried it. And wow! I was like, this isn't what I remember. Like, it was the hurricane. That's where I got this whole theory. Because it's not what it was when I was a kid. I was probably smoking it nonstop and didn't notice anything. I wasn't paying attention to what it really is, and wow. But it took me a while again to get to a point where I could do it and not be like, holy shit, okay, what the hell's going on? Like, you'd freak out. It was paranoia, and you could feel it in your chest, but then that paranoia in my chest and then anxiety, I was like, oh, it wants me to do something. And then it just caused me to be more creative, caused me to do shit. And that's why I do this.
There you go.
So I use it as a purpose now.
Sure.
Not just to get high, I guess. Not that I'm opposed to getting high, because I do still smoke an excessive amount and get fucked up. But if I just smoke, yeah, right. But if I do a little bit and just, I'm fucking good. Like, I'm better. But
it's funny because even in terms of tolerance, if me and you were sitting in your studio right now, it would I don't know what your tolerance is, but for
I
me,
can smoke all day, every day.
See, but
and be fine.
It's funny you just said that, because for me to get to that level, all I need is like 2 puffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then you're fucked.
Fucked.
Yeah, fuck.
Gone.
Yeah, no. Oh, and they're making it even stronger, because there's like, okay, there's weed, and then there was always hash. You knew hash.
And it's funny I mentioned that because I mean even though I can do like a puff and a half to get to your level, if it was the same scenario, like if fucking Saturday night me and you were sitting around having some fun, I could do like speed and fucking MDMA and you'd never know it.
Oh fuck! I did E honestly twice in my life, and if I use the same scenario,
do you remember when I did E at your house?
Yeah, I do, but I do.
Do you remember that?
I didn't do E that night for the same reason I don't do E now because
that was New Year's Eve.
Toronto. Was it New Year's Eve? I can't remember.
New Year's Eve. It was me and your. It was me and your little brother in the basement.
Oh, there was a few of us. I think there was a couple other girls too. I can't remember.
Was there females there?
Yeah, there was a couple.
I don't remember.
I think I can't remember her name off the top. I can picture her face right here. I
vaguely remember.
Oh my god. But yeah, we were fucking. I pumped in 10 ephedrine tabs instead of
Effies.
Whatever. Stop my hair. Does the trick.
Woo!
Yeah, but I don't do E because when I lived in Toronto, I took E at a club, half a tab, and I got fucked up. I don't remember the whole night. At first, I was loving it, running around, fucking giving her, and then next thing you know, I'm at home. I'm passed the fuck out. I was like, well, that wasn't a good time at all. And then, so you know what? I smartened up. So the next time I was at the club, I was shit-faced drunk. And then when they offered E, you know what I did? I took it, the whole tab.
Sure.
Fuck. Yeah, why not? Because half a tab, fucked up. Whole tab, even better. Yeah, don't remember that night either.
Do you know if it was E or MDMA?
It was 1999 probably, so.
Because there's a difference.
It would have been just E. But yeah, I don't. The gentleman in our crew that I lived with, he got it. They were always like, I wasn't even old enough to get in the bars at the time. I was still 18, but I was rolling around with a bunch of Italian guys, so they just greased the palms and let me in all the time. I got taken care of around there pretty good. But I was drunk the entire time I lived in Toronto. The entire fucking time.
That probably impaired your E-buzz just a touch.
Oh, absolutely. I woke up the next morning. I don't remember that night either. And then I woke up to my roommate yelling at me. Same guy that scored it for us. And he's like, "Brian, what are you doing?" And I'm like, What are you talking about, man?" And he's like, "Look at yourself." And I wake up and I'm just like this. What the fuck, man? I'm just grooving. I'm just loving it. And then he comes and sits down on the glass table and smashes through it. So it was great. It was great buzz. Great buzz. Fuck. I won't touch it. I think I would. Like, if I was going to do anything now besides weed, like I don't know. Obviously not coke or anything like that. But I mean, I'd try mushrooms again, I think, or acid. I would probably try maybe E. But it would obviously it was just me and the girlfriend and just chill the fuck out. And that's it. But,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not about the clubbing it. Like, my buddy just went to Shambhala, and yeah, the shit he had to score beforehand is insane. So, not worth it. So, yeah. No, it's not for me. But, to each their own. I like the weed, you like yours. That's why we're here. So, let's get into it, bud.
Yeah.
Let's ask the heavy hitter.
Hit me.
Well, first of all, you are Ms. You would call yourself Ms. or Mrs.?
Ms.
What are you now?
Ms.
Ms. Klayre Avalon.
Yes, sir.
So, what happened to Phil Cameron? Did you give him a funeral? Or, like, what happens with that name?
I'll give you a pass on that, but just say my birthday.
Okay.
Basically,
I just want to know what happened to that name.
That's cool. No, that's fine.
I'm sure other people do. Like, not just you yourself, but like anybody that goes through this. Is there a thing that they do with their name? Like, I think if it was me, I would do a little like something for it. I'm like, get the fuck rid of this name. Like, did you burn your something? Like,
ceremonially? No.
Yeah, nothing. Okay.
No, but to go back, if you want the real shit, the way this worked was, fuck.
Take your time.
When I was but 11 or 12, you're exploring yourself. You're figuring stuff out.
Sure.
And so one day
I got teen sons now, so I see it more now than I probably even did it myself back then.
So what my thought was one day, and I don't even know where this came from, was I wonder what it feels like to pleasure myself in girls' clothing.
Okay.
So, to my benefit, superficially, I have a sister who's 5 years older than me.
Right.
So I hid her fucking closet. And it felt nice. So, from like 11 or 12,
so that was the first time ever that you ever tried anything that you would say would be out of the male norm, I guess. That's the first time?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So now, fast forward through all those years, grade 3, grade 4, all the way till I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
Which was when I started to, and this never went away, but I didn't know what it was.
Right, just sitting in the back of the mind, creeping in.
Yeah.
Every now and again. Little thoughts here or there.
So I thought to myself, when I was 18, because when I was 18, 19, whatever, all I knew was that it felt good. I'm just going to fucking say it. It felt good.
Yeah, go ahead. You do you.
It felt good to jerk off being dressed as a girl.
Okay.
Did I know why? No.
Probably not.
But it just as I said a second ago, it never went away.
Okay.
So it stayed like that for a while. I just considered myself a CD, a cross-dresser for the listeners.
That's what obviously. It's the only thing that was on the go at that time, was it? Like, what year would that have been?
Late.
Roughly.
Well, I was still
early
I was still in high school, so this was late 90s.
Late 90s, okay. Late mid-90s, sure.
We're not even in the new millennium yet, so this is late 90s.
Oh, fuck.
I'm not even graduated
We're going way
yet.
Back.
Yeah.
Fuck, we're old, eh?
Yeah.
I still think of the 90s as yesterday, man.
Oh, me too. Like,
for real.
So that stayed as it was, and I had my fun, whatever. I didn't, I wasn't in here, right? I wasn't in my head. I wasn't going, right. Why am I doing this? I just fucking liked it.
Yeah, whatever.
Fast forward to me getting married. First thing I did, tell my partner I was a CD, my wife at the time.
At the time.
Yeah. And
not currently with her, obviously.
No. Divorced. Yeah.
You look sad about it too. Yeah.
She was fine. And so carried on the years.
Mm-hmm.
But I never had an outlet. She'll tell you different, because when Toronto happened for us, things got kind of beefy. But in our Ottawa years, it was
Oh, really?
I never acknowledged it. I knew who I was, but I never acknowledged it. Did I think for a second that I was trans? Not for a fucking minute.
Oh, really?
No. It wasn't until The end of my marriage and the beginning of when me and my current partner met, where I started to put things together.
What
And
year would
funny,
that have been, you think?
what's that?
When would that have been? When did you guys get married, divorced? It's a lot of time in between, I imagine.
I was married. Well, I left PE. I left where we're from, PEI, in 2003, and I was married in the fall of '04.
Yeah. Yeah, Klayre's
So,
from where I'm from.
from the fall of 2004 until 2010, I was married.
Okay.
And
I'm going to ask a quick question.
yeah,
Because before I forget, I'm a stoner, so I forget things. You said you didn't know, or you didn't. How can I say this? You didn't know you were trans. Is that right? Until later in life,
yes,
because there's some people that say, well, same as gay. You know you're gay. You know you're trans. So is that like for you? That wasn't the issue. It's not a hard
no,
line in the fucking sand.
no.
Right. Okay.
What the thing is, it's fucking.
I imagine it's so complicated. You would like if you knew you were trans gay, you would know you were gay first, obviously, because there's some people coming out like that say if a child thinks there's trans, give them hormones right away. And
That's
for me, I'm against that because
that's touchy.
I'm like that kid. Like I could have touched a dick when I was 6. It don't make me gay when I'm 38.
No,
So if I wore a dress when I'm 6, I could wear a dress that whole motherfucking year if I wanted to. That doesn't mean give me hormones.
no.
It means I'm fucking wearing a dress for a year because I like wearing dresses this year. But there is
Yeah,
some kids, I'm sure, but I'm saying, as you know, we listen to Joe Rogan, and I only know because Joe knows. The people that are smarter than us have told me that the brain doesn't fully develop till 25. After 25, give her. That's what I say. I don't know, and that's probably a crazy opinion, but
no. It's
but
a
I want to see your opinion. You didn't. You said you didn't know until later life, so that almost for me that like kind of that's good.
well. The
Like,
way I look at it is, and this isn't without a lot of thought, right? Um,
mm-hmm.
because when me and my ex were still together here in Toronto, we were hanging out in the village a lot,
Right.
and
What
during
is the
our set.
village? Sorry for people that don't know the village. What is
Oh,
the
sorry,
village?
for the listeners in wherever the fuck you are.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Church Street in Toronto. Church and Wellesley is the fucking the gay ghetto in Toronto.
The gay ghetto. See, that's the village. That's what the gay ghetto.
Yeah. So I was hanging out there a
Never heard
lot.
that.
I was hanging out there a lot. My cousin lives downtown. We were going. It was a great time. I love my cousin to death. He's a great guy. Him and his partner. But during those days, I was so confused.
Right.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And this was during my separation.
Explain. Oh, really? So
Yeah.
more confusion added to it for sure.
Yeah. And we were to fast track a little bit. Despite my confusion, we were sitting home here one night watching TV, and I think my divorce had finally gone through. Maybe I forget. But I said to my girlfriend, I said, "You know what? I think I'm a woman."
Oh wow. And this is
And
the current. Sorry,
this
current
is
girlfriend.
yeah. And this was 3 years ago. And everything's kind of snowballed from there. I started with my name,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seen that all online. That's a
and
process for sure. How long did that take? What's involved in that? Like, it's just paperwork, or is
that's
it a
it.
long
Yeah,
process?
no.
Is it long or
The
no? Not
only
too bad.
it's just you pick your name and you print off the 19 pages of paperwork.
Oh wow! Is it really 19 pages?
No joke.
Wow. Okay.
So
wow, that's pretty serious. You're changing your name. You got to change everything. All government. I imagine really though, in the government, they're just like computer and like.
But it's easy because you can change your name to Kellogg's Cornflakes and they don't care.
Well, as long as it's not, it wouldn't be a trademark. You'd be paying Kellogg's the rest of your fucking life. I guess.
I mean, it's funny because they tell you what you can't do.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm sure. But I'm like, I want to be fuck you all my life. No.
Like you can't change your name to Couch Lampshade.
Oh really?
They don't allow that. No.
Oh my god.
So that happened, and from my partner's perspective, she's sitting back going, "Is that enough? Are you happy?
Oh really?
Are you happy?"
Yeah.
And so on and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And as the days went on, it wasn't.
No.
Because I was at work one day. At work. On a day shift.
Right.
And the thought hit me like a fucking truck. I want tits.
Who wouldn't?
So there was a little bit of mental walking through with that idea, right? Making sure all this shit.
It's not just a fantasy anymore for a normal guy. And it's you want them for a purpose. And you're not just playing with them.
This trickles back to what I was saying about how I behaved growing up. Even though I didn't know what was going on, it felt right.
Right.
Even though it was, if you want to use the word sexual, it felt right. And that's why it never went away. So now here I am. I'm on estrogen and T blockers. I'm a bottle and a half in from on my T blockers, and I'm renewing my first prescription from my E soon, like this week. But it's a slow process.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you get the tits first? I don't know.
But what a lot of people and it's funny.
I would. I don't know. You would look like a man with tits, but I mean, there's a lot of movies with those.
And it's funny you say that because in this world right now, with this whole PC culture, which can suck my dick.
Oh fuck, man! Fuck.
We live in a culture, and I'm sure you'll agree, where unless you pass, you're not trans.
Right. So you want it's got to be 100%.
Oh,
that's the weird thing. Yeah.
You're not Caitlyn Jenner. You're not. Laverne Cox, whoever, right?
Is there that animosity even amongst trans people? Is there like, oh, he's just getting in. He's not even full yet? Like it's that kind of or no, absolutely not.
Oh, honey, in the LGBT community, from what I've seen, they are the biggest bunch of fucking whiners I've ever met. In certain circles, you can't say anything around a fag, and he'll bite your fucking head off.
Oh, I could imagine. There's sensitive people everywhere, but I mean, it just seems like a one-upsman or what? Like,
if you're, I don't know what it is, but if you're in mixed company and you say the wrong thing about a tranny or whoever, they will they'll cut you.
I think not even just like LG. Oh
and this is supposed to be this is sorry, but this is supposed to be one of the most
defining moments.
Well, no, but on the whole, this community is supposed to be one of the most embracing that we know of, right?
Right.
But if you want to use the word internal racism, it's rampant.
Okay. Wow. See, I wondered that. Because
Like
I see that with, like, just general people, like, okay, I go to the gym. Oh, that guy's just starting. Versus the guy that's been juicing for 3 years and walking around. He barely hits the gym now, but he just flexes a lot.
Right.
The same thing. It's the same thing in any society, a group of people. You get a group of people, there's going to be a hierarchy, right? Like it's just, and someone's going to build a rule. And nowadays, with the way sensitive people are going, everyone's looking to be the watchdog.
It's stupid.
And they're like, hey, that's the virtue signaling they talk about. And really, when they'll go home and they'll do the same fucking shit they just complained about, guaranteed. It's just like in public though. You can't do that. What are you doing there? What do you mean?
Yes,
you just did it.
Yes, it's stupid.
I have people on Facebook all the time. They'll post like super, I don't know, super loving, we are the world pictures, and that's great. But when I see them in real life, you're not like that. So, fuck off. Just be real. Like, I know we're gonna stumble and fuck up and say stupid shit to each other, but if we can just be like, talk about it for a second, just see why I said it. Like, I come from a place, you come from a place. We obviously hung with different people, but Prince Edward Island, I grew up, I didn't have my first black friend until I was in grade 12, and I didn't know he was black until 6 months into the relationship. I just thought he was tan. Ken, yeah, man. Mr. Ken, yeah. I had no idea until I met his dad. Yeah. And I was like, wow. Yeah, Ken, man. And then that was it. That was the only black guy I knew. And then I went to Toronto, and then I lived in Jane and Finch. So
why?
There's just Finch and Sentinel. That's where I worked at Jane and Finch Mall.
Oh.
I had to walk through that mall, and yeah, it's Jane and Finch. If anyone doesn't know, it's like I don't know. It's black. It's black orientated. It's for me. It wasn't that big of a deal. Like everyone was like, "Oh, how did a white person handle it?" And I'm like, honestly, it kind of sucked because they just fought with each other. It didn't bother me.
For those that don't know, Jane and Finch is gangland Toronto.
Yeah, it's like the Harlem of whatever. Like it was the Compton, Harlem.
And it's not the only area.
No, and then like Nova Scotia has, what is it, Preston, North Preston, something like that. It's some bad areas. Spryfield was another bad one. Like that's just bad areas. It's just what it is. I don't get it. But I worked there, and it wasn't bad for me.
Halifax,
but they're bad to
right in the city, just west of downtown, north of downtown. Sorry, Uniacke Square.
Oh, okay, never been.
It's like 5 minutes. Yeah, fucking neighborhood looks like a rap video.
Yeah, but yeah, there's some bad areas. There's bad areas for everybody, though. Like,
right,
fuck, man, Summerside alone is a bad area for white people. I think they're just all cracked.
West End.
Yeah, but I mean that whole Dave Chappelle's joke about how they were like the opiate crisis for the whites. And they're like, oh, we're just sitting back like we don't give a fuck either.
Oh, you want to do Dave Chappelle, do you? Oh, fuck.
Oh, that guy was brilliant. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't see why they trash on him. He brought light to some serious issues, and he just brought light to them. I think that's all it's really about. You're just bringing light to it. He didn't trash it. He didn't make fun of it. He brought light to it. Like, how was that skit? The alphabet people. Was that, like, for me, it seemed like it would be legitimately, I don't know, but is that bang on? Like, he says he has friends. I don't have a lot of friends in that community. Is it bang on? Like, is it good or what? I don't know. For me, it seems like, yeah, it could be it. It's pretty funny. But I don't know.
It sounds like something you don't want to say in mixed company, but me and my girlfriend watched that special the other night, and we were roaring.
Oh, so good.
When he said the alphabet people, I pissed myself.
Nice.
And she's looking she's looking at me, and she's looking at me like kind of hypothetically going, okay, you want to find someone who doesn't give a fuck? And she points at me.
Well, that's the thing. If he did get touchy, like, whoa, he can't talk about us, and be like, but why?
It's language. It's everything, right? Like a second ago, I used the word tranny.
Yeah. So is that offensive? Apparently, is it? Must be. Like newfie. Is that like that? Some people newfies are like, that's offensive. I'm like, what? But apparently it's becoming offensive. So I don't know. Like hey man, if you look up porn, it's tranny porn.
You know why it's not offensive to me? And I think
because you don't give a fuck.
Well, that too.
It's attitude of the person for sure.
But okay, I was born in 1978. So I was like 7 in 1985 or whatever.
Right.
With that, I've got gay cousins, lesbian cousins, etc. Okay. And I was exposed to a certain culture.
Okay.
Way before moving off PEI was even a glimmer in my head.
See, I don't, like, I've hung around and I've smoked weed with certain, but I've never, like, my best friend was gay or something. I've heard my cousins. I don't think I have any cousins.
But
I don't want to call anyone out, but it's not like I'm opposed, obviously.
What I find funny is these fucking people, don't call me a fag, this, that, whatever. My cousin at one point, before I was out, he called me, he dubbed me an honorary fag.
Nice. Okay.
It's tranny.
Were you offended by that?
No, I'm still waiting for my toaster.
No. Nice. Yeah.
I don't get it. If I get cranky at the house here, my girlfriend will look at me and go, "You fucking tranny, calm down."
Yeah. Right. Okay.
I don't understand.
Definitely going through your pills and stuff. I imagine you're going through some moods and stuff. That's what I always joke about. And I'm like, I joke about. I'm like, why would you go? I could see, oh, this is going to be bad.
Go, hit me, go, yeah.
I could see why a girl would change into a man because we're awesome. But you're going to change into a woman. You're going to have all these mood swings and like all the extra estrogen and stuff.
They're starting.
Yeah, right? Like, it's a different, like a man, like, I made the joke again because when we were texting beforehand, you were like, "Well, I have to get ready. I get my eyeliner." Man, I just threw on a hat. You're picking a losing side, but it is what you want. I get it. I joke about it, but that's the thing. It's going to be a lot more. Obviously, you have to understand that's going to be a lot more for you on your plate, right? And that is a thing.
And in terms of doing this today. This is how I look basically every day, like on a day off.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, I see you on Facebook. You're not much any different. I just joked about it. I had to do my eyeliner. Yeah. I don't have to do fucking eyeliner. Are you kidding me?
But it's funny because there are...
I moisturize, though. I'm getting old.
Oh, good girl.
I do moisturize. Yeah. I do moisturize.
And see, it's funny because I just said good girl to you. And
I don't give a fuck what you would have said.
Right?
Yeah. But that's the thing. Again, we've talked about this before we started recording. Is me, I say bro, I say bro, and that's the thing. You say girl all the time, I'm sure, and if you say I'm gonna roll with it. I don't really give a fuck.
I call
man or whatever. I call my wife bro. Whatever.
When we're joking around, I call my friend Tim in Ottawa. I've known him since a year after I left PEI. I called him Linda.
Right. Okay. What's up from?
I don't know.
Like you and another, you don't even know?
It's like, shut up, Karen. That kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a...
You catty.
Yeah. It's a... I get some of my stuff from fucking... I fucking recycle it from Will and Grace. It's, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we follow...
You watched the new one?
I can...
I don't. But
that's
I know it exists.
Do you have TV?
I have streaming services, and
Same.
anything I want, I can download.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be that direct, but okay.
I don't care. Well, it's out there. It's out there. Oh, I downloaded it from a friend that put it up there, and he bought the DVD.
Right? Yeah, box set. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. He's just letting me download from there. And then I have to give it back.
One of my favorite moments from Will and Grace was when they were in the apartment, and Will and Jack were talking about something, and Jack got all pissed off, and he says, "Oh, look, a huff. I think I'll leave in it."
Jesus.
Okay. That was fucking funny.
Nice. Yeah.
But no, the language, to go back to the language thing, this is me and my partner. Like, this is who we are. Even her.
You and your partner. That's an interesting subject. You and your partner. So
yes, go.
You're going to transition.
Yeah.
Does that consider you a lesbian?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. For some people, they'd be like, how dare you even ask? Man, I don't know. Is that the way you want it? Sure.
I had to learn.
Confuses me even the term. Yeah, for sure. I'm learning it. Like, that's the thing. I'm ignorant, and ignorant isn't a bad thing. Like, people treat that word as a very, very bad. Look at that ignorant woman. Like, they use it with a venomous, and it shouldn't be. Like, we need to bring back the word ignorant. It's just like, you just don't know. If you look it up, the term is without knowledge. So I don't have the knowledge of certain races, certain religions, certain sexes, certain sexual relations. I don't have that knowledge. And it's not because I don't try to, because I am trying to. This is what the whole thing's about. It's just I don't have enough goddamn motherfucking time in the day to learn everything. So if I do say something fucking offensive, I'm ignorant to it. Don't be a dick to me. That's it. That's all I expect in return. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. And
it's because of everything you just said that if me and you were to meet for coffee tomorrow, we could meet on the street corner wherever, and you could look at me and go, "Oh, you fucking ugly tranny, give me a hug. I haven't seen you in 20 years."
Nice. Sure. Yeah. Honestly, like I've hung around with certain people,
and we would hug, and it would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. But I wouldn't obviously say that. I'm not, I'm ignorant, but I'm not a piece of shit. But there's certain things. There's a huge difference. That's where people are trying to coin the word ignorant to mean piece of shit. I'm purposely searching out Facebook posts, and if you're using the word ignorant wrong, because I'm super ignorant, and I don't find ignorant a strong word. A piece of shit. Yeah.
I find ignorant a strong word. I wouldn't call you ignorant.
Well, I'm ignorant on some stuff. That's all it means. If you look it up in the dictionary, it just means without knowledge. No, I don't have the knowledge.
I would just say uneducated.
That's the same thing. It's uneducated. But people are using that word ignorant to mean piece of shit. So I'm taking it back. Uneducated and ignorant equal. Piece of shit and ignorant, not the same.
Because if you were really ignorant, you wouldn't be doing this with me right now.
I think I would. I want to learn. That doesn't mean I'm not ignorant. I'm just ignorant. I don't know, but I still want to learn. That doesn't make me still not ignorant. I'm still ignorant of things I don't know. Like there's a pie chart of things of like I know, and then another one of things I know I don't know, and then the other pie chart is everything else I don't know. Yeah, like there's a huge part of I don't know. So I'm super ignorant of all that other stuff. Doesn't mean I don't want to learn it,
but
at all.
To speak about my partner for a second, what she realized was when I came out, and she realized this was all for keeps. For the listeners, if anyone thinks that if you're trans and you're with someone who's cisgender and they don't go through their own little path, you're mistaken.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because my partner said to me, does that make me a lesbian?
Absolutely. Like, not absolutely a question I would ask.
But what she did find out is and it's really simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm a woman. And what I explain to people is, in simple terms, what trans means is in here and in here, in my heart and in my mind, I'm a woman.
Okay.
What my partner realized is she fell in love with me as a person.
Right. Oh.
Which means if you want to put a label on it, she's pansexual.
What the fuck is pansexual? I've heard of it. I've heard of asexual, pansexual. I'm ignorant. So school me.
Simply put, all pan means is you're you're in love with the person.
Okay.
And not
so like gender wouldn't matter kind of thing.
No, exactly.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
You're in love with who that person is, not what they are.
Right. So,
despite the fact
if
that
she would have left, would you have faulted her? Would you be like, or would you be like, I understand, that's a hard decision, or would you be like, what, you have to love me still? I don't know. I don't know. It depends on how you guys.
No, if she had turned out to be a person who couldn't handle me, then a conversation would have had to happen.
Right. Absolutely. But that didn't happen. Obviously.
No.
She's still here. And obviously, great for you. That's awesome. That's fucking wicked.
And she's
to have a partner with you the whole time is.
And she's gangster. Like I came out to her as a closeted CD from day one.
Yeah, right. So there's a good right.
She's been
that there. Opened the door for that conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And
so I guess if you are trans, do cross dressing first.
She's worked downtown Toronto. She's seen some stuff.
Oh yeah.
She's worked with trans girls and trans guys in the past, non-binary, all this stuff, right, all through the alphabet. Oh. So she's not immune to it.
No, obviously not.
So
that's one thing.
So it wasn't a learning curve with me. It was just, oh, okay, let's do this. But what does this mean for me?
Yeah.
Which is totally valid.
Oh, absolutely. You would think you have to.
And no, she's not a dyke. I'm the dyke.
You could say it.
I'm a trans fucking dyke, and I got a cisgender pansexual girlfriend. What are you gonna do? Come on.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, that's way too much. I couldn't even repeat that.
Come at me, bro.
Fuck. Come at me. Yeah, no doubt.
And you know, my friend, I have to say that since I've come out, she's had like a laundry list of conversations with customers of hers down the block in the plaza she works in, and she is protective.
Oh, really? That's good.
If anybody speaks ill of me or their opinion of the queer community, she will be like, okay, fuck you 6 ways from Sunday.
Well, that's a good partner. It shouldn't not matter that it's trans or the queer community. Should be she's protecting her partner in whatever he's involved in. Wouldn't matter what it is, right?
Whatever she's involved in.
Well, it's two, yeah, for sure. Both of you are involved in that together. So yeah, you don't speak ill of your. Yeah, that's just the way. That's a good partner, man.
You didn't even catch it. I just corrected you.
Oh, did I? I don't know. What did I say?
You said the partner in whatever he's involved in.
Oh, she's involved in. Yeah.
Smarten up.
For sure. Well, for sure. Smarten up. I was gonna say,
I'm playing.
No, absolutely. Catch me. That's fine. I fuck it up. The time will come, obviously, when you got to go through the full transition. That's, for a male, that is fucking got to be, like, for me, if I knew I had it, chop. Like, I know it's not a chop. Like, it's always a thing where like, oh, it's chop your dick off. You're not chopping your dick off, obviously. I'm talking about the surgery for, are you going to do the full, like, obviously, or no? Okay. You're not even doing that. Okay,
Nope.
that's a step. Like, no, you want that. Okay, so you just want to feel, you want the hormones, you want the tits, and you want to feel as closely resembling as a woman. Like, inside, you'll feel more like a woman. Don't matter what you look like anyway, I imagine. Correct? If you have the hormones and stuff. I don't know.
What happens is...
We're treading deep.
I lost my train of thought. Fuck. What a lot of people don't know is I could look like you and be trans.
Yeah.
And this goes back to language. This whole I identify as, I identify this, whatever.
Identity politics, as they call it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
remember, have to be in some kind of group.
I remember a day, like mid 80s, whenever it was, when you could just say I am. Now,
yeah.
if I want to, I have to say things like I identify as female. I can't just say I'm a woman.
You can't say I am a female, right?
I could, but it's linguistic. It's linguistic politics, and I fucking hate it.
So, I can say it's like anything. I agree. Trans is like a spectrum. Obviously, there's a guy at the very first, and he's just, I'm trans, but I'm not going to do anything about it. I feel like I'm a woman. I'm not going to do the hormones. I'm not going to do any surgeries. I'm just going to live at this point in my life. And then 100% is like full fucking transformation, I guess. It's a spectrum. You could be anywhere in the middle. I used to joke around and say it's like a there's gay spectrum, autistic spectrum, all of it. It's all spectrum. Like a gay spectrum is here. You're like, I don't want to touch any dicks. And at 100, it's like, how many dicks can I fit inside me?
And you talk about the chop a second ago.
Yeah.
That's kind of part and parcel with the whole identity thing.
Oh, for sure.
My latest post on my blog, right in the middle of it, I put an asterisk. I'm a chick with a dick.
Right. Okay. That's another thing. Is that offensive?
Because
probably depending
on your audience.
Right. Like if we said it to each other, maybe not so much, but obviously if I said it to some, it's going to be offensive. It's just the way it is.
If it's on a porn site, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
But
that's what I was telling a guy yesterday. I mentioned that I was going to do this, and then we were talking about porn, right. And then he's like, you know what? In porn, there's not, for trans porn, there's not a whole lot of transracial porn. So we got into the point that, like, is that a thing? Or do you find it is more like white dominant? Like in the community, I don't know. I'm not in the community. Like, I don't see transracial porn. I've looked up trans porn. Hey, it's a guy fucking a girl. He's like, how could you watch that? And I'm like, you ever watch porn? He's like, yeah. I was like, you ever watch a guy fuck a girl? He's like, yeah. It's like, put tits on it. The fuck's the difference?
I've seen...
Now you got tits. You got two sets of tits.
Just for fun, I've looked up tranny porn.
Yeah. Sure, for fun. Yeah, for fun. Me too.
Fuck off. No. Not my thing. But...
No?
It's out there.
But it's out there. I'm not searching it up all the time, but sometimes you go deep down a rabbit hole. You just need something... You. A little off the cuff, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. All right. But you don't look it up.
But no, in terms of SRS, which is sexual reassignment surgery.
Okay.
The old phrasing was, in the 80s, or 70s, whatever, a sex change. Simple.
Okay, yeah.
Nowadays, like I said, a trans woman can be you. and it can go no further.
Right. First step.
But it's interesting because where the taboo is like to get more targeted. If somebody were to, like, a hot button thing is if someone were to meet me a year from now, because this has happened to friends of mine, and say, "Oh, did you get the surgery?"
Right.
That's a huge taboo.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the asking what a trans woman has below the belt.
What step are you at?
Yeah, is basically
it's not a 12-step. It's not a 12-step program.
It's basically like looking at a black person and going, "How did your grandparents enjoy being a slave?"
Yeah. Did you get your reparations check yet? Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah.
Just what does everyone say? Just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
I had the teller at my bank just the other day. Ask me how I want to be referred to, simply because she misunderstood the prefix MS on my profile.
Oh, really?
And it's not the first time it happened.
Yeah, no doubt.
After I got mad a little bit, I wanted to say thank you for asking, but it's right there on my fucking profile. Fucking do your job.
I know, but some people, you gotta realize, they're not. I think they're just dumb.
But she was
not trying to be rude. She
was gracious.
Well, that's good. Yeah, some people would. They'd just be like, "Look at you." They'd see Ms. and they'd be like, "How you doing, Mister?" And that's it.
I'm cutting off.
Why?
My phone's getting cranky with me.
Oh, what's happening?
I'm gonna stop any minute now.
What? Is it just saying it's powering down or what?
My phone just told me that I'm reaching maximum recording level.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll shut it down for now. Fuck, I didn't think it would be recording that much, but how long have we been going?
I have an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. We can talk more down the road too, and get this. We can
for sure.
Right, like it's just an opening. We did some things, and then we can talk again. So yeah, let's shut the recording down now. Then, unfortunately, and that's the way we got to do it. We'll talk again.
All right.
Just hit stop on your record, and then yeah.
Okay.
All right, welcome back, people. We had to shut her down a little early due to technology hating us, but we brought Klayre back to finish off the show. Let her do a shout out and close it off nice. So, Klayre, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for watching this episode. Like Brian said in his intro to this little session we did, this is a very special episode. So yeah, I want to thank everybody who dips their toe into these waters.
Murky waters.
Yeah, a little murky, right? Yeah, and like he said in his intro, we touched on some sensitive stuff. So if you have sensitive ears, best to stay away. I'm reminded of a song called "The Wicked Ones" by a rock group called Dorothy out of LA. The lyrics go, "This song ain't for this night ain't for the faint of heart, ain't for the faint of heart." So, you know what I mean? So yeah, just tread lightly. But if you can hang a little bit, yeah, come on in and hang out with us. You want to find me? Just add me. My name. It's that simple. I got a little page of my own coming up under the name of Avalon Media. I used to run a page called Your Sister's Diary that I let fade to dust. This one's going to be a little more interactive and a little more fun. I also run a little blog about my trials and tribulations, my travels and all that fun shit called, what the hell's it called? Vulgarity and Lace. I can post that link for anyone who's interested.
Videos too on YouTube and whatever.
Yeah, it's like Blogger or Blogspot, one of these things. I forget what it is, but it's Vulgarity and Lace nevertheless. But yeah, that's basically it. And just once again, I just want to thank Brian for having me.
I'd like thank you for doing this with me. Like I've said before, in the talks, it was a question of when, not if. We've talked with my friends and stuff before about you, so I was glad to have you on. It was a good chat. Obviously learned a lot more about you, for sure, and that's good. That's where it's
fucking gossip hound. My God.
Yeah, fucking right. I'm gonna spread it all over too.
You're not from Summerside at all, are you?
No, fuck. But yeah, like you said, Klayre is participate. If you want to reach out to her, yeah, you know how to do it. And if you want to reach out to me, Bag Milk Productions across all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. This podcast on Spotify and Google. Waiting on Apple. So that was fun, Klayre. What do you say?
There we go,
do
kids.
It again another time.
For sure.
You know it.
Lots of fun shit to talk about.
You fucking know it. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Ta.
Enjoy.